Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back. We are Once Upon a Roll. Like, hi guys, how you doing? It's time to play some D&D, and we actually are playing D&D back-to-back weeks for the first time in I don't know how long. But I feel
Wow.
like it's been a while. I feel like it has been a while.
Momentous.
So, yeah, huge. This is an accomplishment in D&D scheduling. It'll go down in the history books for sure. So, last we'd left off, you had for a while ceased getting communication from other wardens that you had reached out to, whether it be those in Pomona or Soonlar and those on the front lines northward towards the Bloodlands. Got what seemed to be like a general announcement being made to all of the wardens in the field that some event had occurred that resulted in the wardens feeling the need to put down some anti-magic fields and cease magical communications, and also warning you that magical communications should not be trusted. Confirming that at least Pomona seemed to be still standing, as Persephone, you had heard directly from the Legatus. Still no word from Soonlar. You had spoken with and come to terms and sort of joined up with Chimera Group, the two warden groups, now working together and deciding to head forward, northwards, towards the Bloodlands, towards towards Concordia, and whatever that holds. Any attempts to reach Soonlar have thus far failed. Ezekiel had tried to reach him via sending. Apparently the Chimera Group had used their sending stone trying to reach out to Soonlar to no avail, according to them. And so far, your travel north has been mostly quiet. You were passed by a messenger on horse who was riding hard from Pomona up north to deliver word by mouth instead of by magic. So they filled in a couple gaps that you were missing, but didn't feel too comfortable, or just didn't have the information themselves enough to answer all of your questions or the deeper, more probing ones. You have set up for camp right now. It is past sunset. You are, by best estimates, according to the map, discussing it with Dortigan, the dwarf from Chimera Group, maybe about 4 or 5 days out from Concordia. But they should be relatively quick days if travel continues as it has these past couple. You can only hope. But right now you guys are set up around camp, a rather large fire crackling and burning in the middle of all of you as, Frederica, Ezekiel, members of Chimera Group, Ed, Francesca, had worked to build this fairly large bonfire instead of a normal campfire. Kind of hard to cook food on it, but, it's warm. Guys are having conversation, cooling down from a day's travel, and getting ready for the one that will follow. So, know that we had Persephone and Bishop speaking, and as well as Frederica approaching suggestion. So is there anything that you guys would like to do? Or you can take it away from now, unless if someone has questions or anything that needs clarification or anything else. Anyone have a
believe
question?
that covers it. For me, at least.
Alright.
We're, what, you said 5-6 days out? We're a few days,
Yeah, about approximately 5 days, give or take. Yeah, give or take a day, depending.
Fred briefly approaches suggestion. I suppose, I've been meaning to have a word with you. We should take watch tonight.
I see no reason to disagree.
Then just don't fall asleep, I guess. And then she walks away. I guess.
As everybody makes up their bedrolls or gets out tents if they wish, some choosing to sleep under the stars, others preferring the warmth and comfort of a tent. Chimera, a couple members from Chimera walk over and tell you that they're going to be up on watch as well, but kind of just going over where you guys will be sentrying and where they will, and after you guys hash that out, they go back to kind of like their own side of the bonfire. Enough space between everyone. Eventually it does get down to where everyone just sleep except for you, Fred, Suggestion, and Francesca, who's kind of doing her power down meditative state thing.
That is, just, I guess she has done her patrol or whatever, and she's staring into the fire. She waits for Suggestion to, or if she feels that he's nearby.
You had something you wanted to discuss.
Well, why don't you have a seat? I won't take up too much of your time. I know we need to rest at some point.
Oh, I believe we have plenty of time. But sure. You'll sit down near.
Frederica continues to kind of stare the flames, I guess taking in the last couple of days. I suppose there's been a couple of days since I've wanted to talk to you, but I wasn't sure how to approach it.
So something's been lingering on your mind then for a while.
It's just... You see, I mentioned it before, right? About your inputs within our family. My family, of course, my sister. And I couldn't quite put it. And I'm not really sure how to address it, but I can't stop thinking about what you said last time, or I guess around the time before we started moving out with Chimera. Your talk of power. And then I go to find out that she's made a deal. And you seem to have been at least a little bit familiar that you so willingly interfered in our conversation. You see, I know we're out here in the open where others can hear, but everyone else chooses to mind their business. So why is it that you decide to intervene? Not anyone else that's known us long enough. I guess it bothers me a little bit. And when we first initially met, I understand that I was all too eager about the wardens, and I still feel that way, but I just don't, and let me be frank with you, I just don't want you to encourage her what I believe to be a little bit more of a reckless decision, to find out that she had made another deal. You're not a demon or anything. I mean, I don't think so, but is that funny to you?
Of course, I'm not some sort of fiend. Look, sure, it doesn't look the best. I had no intention. I was not the one who approached Nilo with your sister. I approached him alone. All I did, from my perspective, is make whatever deal she already had intentions on making, as she made it apparently clear to you, a little bit better for her. And that's how I see it. As your sister stated, she already had intentions of looking elsewhere for something. She had dug herself her own grave in the first deal that she made and needed something to get her out of it. That's where I said you needed to be a bit more supportive of your sister. She's struggling with these things and she believes that she needs to do them alone because she probably believes that you would judge her negatively if she opened up. Quite surprised she even told you about this deal so quickly.
You see, you're still a little bit new here to understand the dynamics of my family and I. I don't think every disagreement we have is the end of the world. And perhaps I was a bit too forward in sharing my close concerns.
You two seem tense always. Take it from my perspective. Imagine back when we were pursuing the Boulay. In that crater left by, probably left by the creature, I'd imagine, you stormed off after having a bit of a little bit of a bickering between the two of you. But it didn't seem like calm bickering. You two don't seem to be on the best.
You, or maybe I forgot, but have you ever mentioned you've had family? Well, I mean, everyone has a family, but do you remember yours? Brothers, someone that you consider family?
I have a brother. Yes.
Do you know where your brother is now?
I couldn't tell you specifically, no.
Did you guys have a falling out?
You could say that.
But he's still your brother, right?
Nothing will ever change that.
I guess I never really wondered what other family dynamics are like, but I mean, would you do anything for him? Or is this why you joined the Wardens? I was curious. I don't actually know, but
Hmm. In part, I suppose you could say he is one reason. You could say the same thing for pretty much any citizen of this land, though.
maybe not the best point I was trying to make, but you see, my sister really is everything. Everything I had for a very long time. And sometimes I feel that she's blind to it too. And, well, I had more back then, but essentially, everything I do is to make sure and ensure that she has her safety, her freedom to go beyond just the imagination of her books. Yes, there's freedom involved for me. That's what I've always wanted, but I need to make sure that she's okay. And yes, sometimes I can walk away or be a little bit more aggressive in nature, I suppose. I've always been that way. But she'll never stop being my sister, and I wish she had more faith in me in that sense. She said it herself, right? She's making deals because so that I don't have to. And for me, well, that makes me feel weak.
Well, have you given her much reason? Other than your past, of course, and your blood. How receptive were you of the first deal that she made? Did you meet it with similar aggression as both you and Bishop seemed to have when she blurted that out the other day? Or did you place a hand on her shoulder and say, "Don't worry, Persephone, it will all be okay"?
Initially, it made me feel like I always feel when I was back home, like a failure. That she couldn't rely on me, and she told me to trust her. And I do, but not at the cost of my own trust with myself, if that makes sense. I feel like I failed her in that moment too, even with my reaction.
The decisions that other people make, whether family or not, should not be considered your own failures. You are responsible for your own actions and your own failures.
I do rely on myself as much as I rely on you guys, but to make a pact, shortcuts like that are too risky. And I don't think it's necessary. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the hill that I'll die on. I don't know. But I can't even think like that right now. Still have to deal with her first deal. And we can only do that, or I believe we can do it together.
Fred, I admire your resolve in these manners. Your perspective in these types of situations is quite admirable. The reality of the matter, however, is that nothing is gained without a bit of risk. This is no different. In time, you will see. It's nothing that I can tell you now that you'll have an absolute answer to save your sister, both of them, as a matter of fact.
Of course.
But in time, it will present itself. And you will see potentially an opportunity, maybe even one that would shake that very same resolve. The question therein then really lies if you are really willing to do anything to save your family.
I suppose that's what I mean. Part I'm hesitant to trust. I think there still needs to be a balance, and we should continue to preserve our own lives, not just willingly sacrifice our lives as if it meant nothing. And I will do everything that is within my power, and I've realized I have more weaknesses than I lead on. I'm here to prove, I suppose, to her that it can be done without it. Or I hope so. And maybe not just her, but for anyone that relies on pacts, feels that they need to make one, feels that they need to be so desperate enough to be fooled to believing so, that their will alone is not strong enough. I don't think that's true. You have overcome a lot. I know it makes me sound naive. I know. I didn't mean to make this a session for us to discuss my feelings. What I want from you is just don't encourage her, is all. And I hope you can respect that. I don't think she'll make another deal. I hope not. But even now, I wasn't even sure what she was going to do another one.
It's a bit of a shame that you see it as me encouraging her after I mentioned that the deal initially was considerably worse. Do you know the initial deal was... What was it? A day?
Fred's gonna I suppose that's for her to tell if she ever wanted to mention it. But it was a heavy deal. FT1, at least.
Well, I'm saying now it's a day, a week. And it's not like she's giving up her entire life. She's giving up fraction, and giving up isn't even the term I would use in this specific scenario. You are speaking as if the moment that she's made this deal, that she's signed her entire existence away, your sister is as good as dead in your eyes, where I see
Shut up! Yes!
potential.
Okay, I understand. I can see nothing more will come from this conversation. And I'm sorry I even entertained it.
I'm sorry you did not get what you were looking for.
The two of you spend the rest of your watch sort of apart and in silence. You see the silhouettes wreathed in, bathed by the light of the fire from the members of Chimera as they make their rounds, coming in and out of view, and soon enough, you figure it's been enough time, and you go to wake the next couple that will take the watch in your stead.
Yeah, I wake up because I'm assuming it's been like 4 hours. So. Burbaboom?
Alright. Francesca strolls over. Still dead of night, but, well refreshed. As Chimera makes their shift.
One thing, Francesca, I wanted to mention before I go to sleep.
Yes?
Do you have dreams? Or do you just sit there? I mean, I've never really wanted to look at you when you do that. I wasn't sure if it was invading your privacy or anything like that. But do you dream?
Well, sort of. I mean, it's the only dream I really ever have is of my last moments, I'm assuming, on the battlefield. So it's kind of more like a memory than a dream.
Well, have you ever thought of thinking of something else? Not so much fixated on the only memory? Maybe making new ones?
I have tried my best, I suppose. I mean, when I go to sleep, it is not exactly like I want to relive my death a million times over.
Huh. Well, never would I think ever in my days that I would be talking to something different. I don't know. I suppose I've had different encounters, but it's a bit different, right? It's almost as if you have a new chance at life. Have you ever considered doing anything else other than what you're told? You seem to follow in line quickly, but I'm just curious, have those thoughts ever occurred to you? Do you get
It
cravings? Like, I know
it
you
is hard
don't
to
eat.
know. I have not thought of food in a while. I mean, sometimes you cook things that smell nice, but I don't really ever think that they would be good inside me, you know?
Yeah, maybe the action of eating, but like, does it? Hmm. You ever like sniff the air and then just have nostalgia? Like think of a memory as well. I suppose in your case, maybe not. But has it ever come close to that? Just like a sniff or
Not yet,
um,
but I do not know where I have been in my previous life. Perhaps I just have not yet tread the same lands. Maybe in this new city we travel to, there will be something familiar to me.
I'll give you a head start, and she's just gonna take a bunch of like wildflowers and weeds and stuff that she collects throughout their journey, and just like for it. You could try smelling random things and maybe see if it brings something. I don't know. I've kind of been collecting. I mean, I always collect stuff like this, but they are nice to smell. So I don't know if you can smell. Maybe.
I'll lean in and give it a shot.
Sniffing the wildflowers and weeds that she produces.
Well, yeah, it's the nice
Yeah,
thing
sure.
to do, right?
Yeah. Go ahead. I guess make a perception check.
Okay, can I use my knowledge of a past life to give another d6 just cause?
Sure.
Because we're trying.
I'm sure
to
you've
remember,
encountered wildflowers at some point.
right? I mean, this is I can do it on anything.
Oh yeah,
so,
only
like,
yesterday.
you know.
Yeah. Only yesterday. As a matter of fact, about 32 seconds ago, you remember Frederica producing wildflowers from her.
That is a 17.
And forever this memory will be etched into your mind whenever you smell wildflowers.
All right, yeah. I sniff with vigor for a good 17 on there.
All right. So as you inhale, it's not a unique scent by any means. They're actually fairly common around the Republic, and
How rude.
yes,
Real.
as you. However, there is something almost like a thorn in your psyche. It's like a little bit of a splinter that you weren't aware of before, but now that you've kind of poked it, you're keenly aware of it. The only thing is you can't put any specific thought, memory, anything to it. It's almost maddening to know that something is there.
It's just deja vu.
It's just deja vu. Where have I smelled this before? I know I've smelled this before. Is it just because it's common? Because of course I've fucking smelled
Yeah,
this
right.
before. But why is it so prominent in my head right now? That's so... It's... And I don't know if... Francesca doesn't really have much of in the way of expressions, but... She definitely lingers near the weeds and wildflowers for a while, goes in for a secondary sniff, I guess.
Yeah, I imagine like all the smoke that's like normally around me kind of comes in
Just
when I sniff,
retracts
and then
it,
like
yeah.
a big puff comes out when I sniff out.
Yeah.
Something about this seems familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on it. It is like something on the tip of your tongue, you know?
The tip of my tongue, and then it eats one.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Make a constitution
Interesting.
check.
Oh shit.
Fucking Frederica's just like Drax. She doesn't get metaphors.
Fitting.
Veinte
Yeah.
dos.
So Frederica just sits there like wondering what it could mean, chewing the flower of this wildflower. It's definitely a peculiar taste. It's not something that you might be, think of as good, but you've put worse things in your mouth as a kid, probably.
May I have the rest of those before you do whatever it is you plan on doing with them?
Yeah, I have a bunch more in my satchel over here. Absolutely.
Sometimes you can make tea out of them, but that doesn't mean you should eat them.
Yeah, once Fred goes to bed, I'm gonna just look at all the flowers and pick out pretty ones and try to teach myself to weave a flower crown for her. So I've got nothing
Okay.
better to do with my 8 hours of awake time.
Sounds good. That's light enough activity. So, anything, Fred, Shah? You guys just heading to bed?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Make a quick dexterity check for me, Francesca. Let's see how well you do.
All right.
I'm
Let's see.
trying to
So
weave
dexterous
together
now.
dandelions with metal gauntlets on.
Not bad, 16.
No, not bad at all. Definitely good enough to braid some of the stems together, and I'm not sure if she gave you quite enough to make a full flower crown, but you supplement it with things that are, the local wild flora, not fauna, not animals. You're not weaving animals.
That would be a little odd. I think there's more.
Here's your flower crown. Here's your flower and rabbit crown that I made for you.
Yeah, once I'm done, I'm just gonna leave it on her back.
It's like a feather charm, but it's a full squirrel.
Yeah, once it's all done, I'll just leave it by her and just
All right.
go back to watching and chilling, checking the fire.
Yep, it's still there.
Yeah,
good thing that you you guys supplied it with more than enough fuel. Yeah, right. There's plenty of fuel in that fire.
Yeah, otherwise I'm chilling. Let everyone get a good rest because I don't need it.
Morning comes soon enough, and you guys wake up, break down your camp, get some food in you. Nilo from Chimera Group walks over as you all are getting ready, and as the Chimera Group approaches Ezekiel. So you had mentioned something about being able to prepare water as well as food today. Is that still the case?
Yes, of course.
Excellent.
He's kind of packing his sleeping bag, just tidying up his stuff.
Well, whenever it is convenient for you, maybe right before we get on, if you could refill our water skins, that would be great.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I can do so, I guess, before we leave.
Mm-hmm. So, as you guys are ready to leave, kind of gathering a bit around Ezekiel. Let's see, how many gallons can you make? Probably enough for everybody, I assume. It's like, what, 40 gallons?
Yeah, I can make a lot.
Hate to break it, I need 30 alone, so you're really gonna have to get something.
Yeah, she's like a camel. She just stores water. You could fill her completely up with just hold.
This thing's airtight.
Alright, come on.
The long walk is slosh.
Francesca, the walking water cooler. That's what they call me.
I can make 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
30 gallons, but so how does it go? Do you just unleash the water and it's just a torrent and it's like a free for all? Do you need a storage container or does it just go on the ground?
I could unleash it upon the ground, or I can put in containers within range of 30 feet.
Mm-hmm. Within containers or within a container?
Containers or in containers is the just
sure.
130 gallon
water skin. Yeah,
knows that, but he's testing to see
Ben
if
just
you're
wants to
reading.
make it as hard as possible.
As hard as I know. You guys want to refill your skins? Hell no, not on my watch.
He's just gonna make a puddle.
Yeah, just a
giant
puddle. Giant puddle.
Players in
Yeah,
combat
you put out the
after
fire.
behind
Good
me.
job, fucking idiot. All right.
Okay. I
All right.
Oh, so I can make both the food and the water.
With one casting of the spell.
Yes, you create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water on the ground, or in containers within range.
Okay.
Enough to sustain up to 15 humanoids or 5 steeds for 24
1,
hours.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Cool. You guys are good.
You can count
Perfect,
me,
um,
right?
Oh yeah,
No.
I counted you. I guess I shouldn't count you two, but get over
Well.
here. Get out of here, you. You non-eaters.
Ezekiel is going to cast create food and water.
All right.
It's magically gonna everyone's bags are gonna open and all of a sudden they have food in them. So they just feel like
just snap it into everyone's water skin. You know, technically people are containers. You're a fool.
Oh. Wait. This is gonna be really horrific in
I
a
don't think you
second
know
if
what
I
you're
don't
doing with
clarify.
that logic.
They just like snap open. Oh,
just there you go. Just magic food right into your stomach.
Time to get the most OP cantrip in the game.
it's not true
What is?
either.
Create water one.
Oh, that one?
Oh,
Right
yeah,
into your
water.
body, yep.
Yeah,
you
create
just
just
And there's
drown
just
people.
gray, kind of distinctless, just massive food. That's it. It's just tasteless. It's just
It's
pure nutrition. Nothing
I
else.
put tofu in their bag.
It's just tofu. Yeah, it's just tofu. That's what you create. That's basically what create food and water creates. Is you just create
Yeah.
tofu. Yeah.
I have 45 pounds of tofu.
45 pounds of tofu. That's gonna go off in a day.
Yeah.
I'm,
It's just gonna
I'm
be
glad I
rancid
don't
in
need
a
to
day.
eat.
He just creates a
Well-
gelatinous cube of tofu, a gelatinous tofu cube.
Oh my.
Roll initiative.
Oh, no!
Did somebody say gelatinous?
The ooze.
Well.
It's not the best looking, but I'm sure if we have someone who can season it, it might be better. Maybe. I'm gonna kind of like pick up one of the pieces of food that I made and like poke at it.
It wobbles.
Yeah, like there's a little like.
Some of Chimera eaters are delicious. Certainly,
It's food.
it's certainly some of the food I've ever had.
This is the most food I've ever consumed. Well, I
Can't
guess we're
exactly
set for the day.
complain. Yeah. You're set for the day? Yep. It's perfect. In snack form, you could just, have pocket tofu and good to go.
A backpack tofu, pocket
Yeah.
tofu.
Just tofu everywhere. 45 pounds of it, which, you
45
probably leave some behind, but you come scooping handfuls off it like it's a giant fly.
No, we can't leave any behind. I would ask
No.
Persephone to put in the bag of holding.
Put the tofu in the bag of holding. We really need this tofu, Persephone. You don't.
Well, what if I were to be hungry? Like more
Yeah.
hungry than usual.
Well, it's not useless. I mean, we might meet somebody who, several someones who haven't eaten recently, and it could be good to preserve it, of course. So, yeah.
We could also
Alright.
feed all of the local wildlife with it.
Just tossing tofu crumbs to the ducks. All right. As you're walking, you come across a couple hours later, you come across some local wildlife. You see a little group of like maybe 5 or 6 wild turkeys.
I almost choked on my water on mute.
Yeah.
That hurt.
big, chunky birds, taller than your typical domesticated turkey. Just kind of hanging out,
I think
pecking at the
that
ground,
fit enough.
getting the worm, you know, doing turkey things.
And maybe this is the Bartholomew replacement we've been looking for. Too soon.
Yeah. All right. So, let's see a few turkeys. You guys continue. Here you go. Turkeys for you guys.
Ooh. It's a lot.
Are there any little turkeys with them?
There are some smaller turkeys, yes. You want to
Alright.
steal some baby turkeys?
No,
From the parents? No? Okay.
Abduct
never
the children.
mind.
What'd you say?
She said, never mind, I said abduct the children.
Of course you did. Continuing, stopping for short breaks to rest or stretch your limbs, eat, drink, perform other necessary humanoid activities. But for the most part, the journey goes normally until early afternoon. The road itself starts to almost fade away beneath your feet. You can see that this road from up north has been very well traveled and not very much maintained for that level of travel. So the distinguishing lines of road have faded. As you can see, the effects of caravans traveling to and fro have worn what might have been the sides of the roads, and there's no real distinguishing amount of road. It's just a large patch of churned earth and dirt. The road eventually does... Well, the space that you can walk does eventually narrow as you come into a wooded area. No longer open fields, but instead passing by through trees, not so densely packed that you are at risk of scraping yourself, but typical woods, normally spaced out trees of good height, 20 plus feet. But due to the road condition having been deteriorated, and it is difficult to follow, you refer to the map more, finding the sun to regather your bearings and keep on a mostly northward course. Later in the day, you begin just a slight uphill march, just enough to wear more on your leg muscles. Not so much that you're, needing to climb by any means, just a very slight upward angle. And it's along this time that you continue traveling for a few hours until sunset again. This time, it looks like you're going to need to camp amidst the trees in this wooded area. The sound of insects and nocturnal birds and critters begins to permeate the area. The hooting of owls, as well as the call of wolves, chittering of small marsupials or rodents. Woods are very much alive. Well, I don't think that we're going to be setting up a campfire quite like the one we had last night.
Likely not, but um, then it'll whatever suffices.
We should find a clearing. Something that we could have visibility in as many directions as possible.
How much farther on would that be?
I'm not sure. Darkin, does your my map go into that much detail? I know that this forest goes on. Should be able to clear it by about afternoon time tomorrow, but I don't know exactly where any clearings would be. I could go around, scout it out for a bit, see what I could see, he says as he hands Meryl the map. She takes it and examines it as Dorgan the dwarf heads out to scout for a clearing. The rest of Chimera takes the time to once again bring out some water and very nutritious and very tasteless tofu-like food. You could see their faces are extremely neutral towards this. The sound of eating, drinking, slight rustling beneath the boots as they shift or stretch or sit down is the only noise that cuts through the blanket white noise of an active evening forest. A few minutes have passed and Dorgan hasn't yet returned. Is there anything you guys want to do?
I just need to know if Fred's wearing the flower crown I made.
I am absolutely wearing the flower crown. I should get plus 10
Hell yeah.
strength. I'm just saying to this guy.
Just strength, plus 10 strength. You don't even know where it came from.
I don't
Maybe
know.
the trees left it for you.
Oh my god,
it could've
maybe
been
the trees
fairy.
did leave it. I will talk to the trees again.
Alright. So as you guys are doing this, Fred goes off and faces a tree trunk and just starts chatting with it.
I'd like to stalk her.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to follow behind her.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yeah.
Alright, go to make a stealth check.
Okay. This is gonna go horribly wrong, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Do you have disadvantage on this?
Yeah, I do.
Can you have disadvantage
Nine.
if you are the armor?
Yeah, that's true.
You absolutely can.
We are
Yes, you
one.
absolutely can. 100% you can. Good question. Glad you asked it.
Thanks for coming to class. Yeah, I got a 9.
Alright. So you are aware that there is a large metal suit of armor following behind you.
No, you're not, Baka.
No, you're not. You don't.
No.
Yeah. You think you're being super
No.
stealthy. You're Alphonse hiding behind a sapling, right?
Yeah, and I want to eavesdrop on her talking to the trees.
Well, I mean, if she's like, I will talk to the tree excitedly in my tree language, aka not tree language, but tree language. And then I'll look towards Francesca and I'll say in that language, oh my god, you should come meet this tree. This tree made something so amazing and it's been a while. And I honestly thought that the trees were mad at me, but they're not mad at me. It made me a crown.
Is the tree
What
language
languages do you speak?
So common. Oh yeah,
No,
true.
not you. You're the one talking.
Yeah.
You're just so excited to tell.
technically, I only speak common, but it's because I can't
Oh.
remember what other languages I know. So I'd have to make like insight checks to know if I know the language because I've never heard other languages. I'm just
Alright.
like Philippines.
I'm pretty sure you would not know this language.
Okay, cool. I'm like, if it's something like a lot of people speak, then maybe I would. I don't know.
No, I don't think it's something a lot of people
Oh,
speak.
what? I think that a lot of people speak the tree language that Fred speaks. That's so weird. Why would you think that?
A lot of people don't speak Lorax. That's crazy.
Yeah, why would you think that? That's so
What
weird.
do you mean? Sure, go ahead and make an intelligence check for me, Francesca. See if you can at least pinpoint, like, maybe what language is
It was
this
some like
gibberish coming out of.
hand sign.
It sounds
Yeah.
nice. It sounds sweet.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
lot of
Cool.
yeah, it's a lot of soft sounds and
Okay.
it's very flowy.
I got a
Almost reminds
14.
a 14. It reminds you of like some kind of like maybe Elvish dialect, something along those lines, maybe.
Okay. I'm just gonna like kind of look at her hand movements and see if I can infer what she's trying to say to me, and then kind of like move a little out of the bushes because clearly I'm
Out
mad,
of the
you know.
You're crouching down maybe about 6 inches. You just stand up fully now.
Yeah.
Ah, they got me.
I'll go back.
Frederica-
Zeke, they found us. Zeke, they found us. Over
Ah,
there.
Zeke, they
found
found. You go unbury him as he's hiding like 3 feet under the dirt. Ah, she found. She found us.
Literally.
Ah, Melody, she found us. Melody has greater invisibility on. It's like Melody.
I like push her over. I'm like, you got it. But yeah, so I'm gonna like move out of the bushes towards her. I just kind of like look at her, speak a gibberish, and moving her hands around, and nod slowly, a little
This is like
scared.
this is like the first stealth check that we ever made in this this campaign.
That's not true.
We got a nat one, and it's just, why are you guys hiding? What are we hiding for?
Meanwhile, Frederica is talking super excitedly, and she's like, it's almost as if she's throwing up gang signs, but she's really just talking enthusiastically with her hands. She's like pointing at the crown, and then pointing at the tree, and then pointing at herself, and then pointing at herself, smile, and pointing at the crown again, and kind of like jumping up and down.
Oh, so you like it? I didn't really know what I was doing, but I had plenty of time on my hands, so I figured maybe I should learn something new, like you said.
Fredis stops.
Should I have included something from this tree? It seems rather important to you.
Frederica's just gonna look at the tree and then look back at Francesca. And then in tree talk.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you made this?
I'm just gonna look, like stare at her because she's speaking tree talk still.
She's gonna look at the tree
Should
again.
I-
And she's gonna look back at Francesca.
Should I leave you and your friend alone for a bit? It's okay if you need to have a private conversation.
Frederica's processing this, right? There's no like, her face kind of just goes like blank almost, but she's like thinking, and she starts looking at the ground, and then she's like, just starting to pick out whatever wildflowers there are, and then kind of go through her satchel, and then essentially just start working on something.
Okay.
But she kind of just like puts her hand up in the air and kind of goes, "1 moment, please. If you'd like, and then she swaps back to common. I mean, it's, you know what? It's amazing. You should probably go over there and talk to Persephone, because Persephone wanted to talk to you. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I will go see her. Have fun with your tree. I'll like walk away, like glancing back every few steps, like making sure she's all good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
But
Frederica's
that
just picking out
you can't
twigs.
actually talk to plants.
Who knows?
No, because
I
then
think
I'd
it's
have to. Then I'd have to talk. But then I'd have to talk back. And
Maybe
after all the
hold on.
gang signs and the joke I made, do some like terrible cholo accent for this tree, and it would just be
Great. Oh my gosh.
Mr. DM, what gang are the trees?
what tree de agua? Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I will then make it a priority or a mission to also make a flower wreath.
Oh, so cute. All right.
Wow. Just girlies
Meow.
being girls.
Just girlies being girlies. All right. Are you gonna actually go find Persephone? Within about 15 minutes, Dorgan.
Yeah, if she's not busy, I'll go find Persephone. If she's
Alright.
like not doing anything. But if
I
she's
don't know
like
if she's
tending
doing
stuff, then I'll just leave her be. Because it'll be like, oh, maybe she didn't really want to see me and so
Yeah.
just want me gone.
You tending to things right now, Persephone?
No, I'm just, looking in the bag of holding and shaking it a little, looking at the weird food that's in there.
Like,
Hopefully
hopefully this
still
doesn't get
warm.
on everything else in the bag of holding. Is that? She's just there debating the nature of extra-dimensional spaces.
Was there something you were looking for, Persephone? Fred said I should come talk to you.
Oh, it's been a moment since we've spoken. I mean, we've talked kind of around each other, but not really too. How is your patch holding up? Is it okay?
I'll like show it off to her. Be like, yes, it is holding up quite nice. Though we have not had much action, so I don't know how it will hold up in combat. We'll hope for the best.
Well, it came out of the Bloodlands, right? So that's something. Certainly not nothing, at least.
That is true. I would hope that it would not get corrupted by the lands. You know?
Yeah. When we were fighting, did you ever have moments where maybe you were thinking of plans or had ideas to do things? Because I mean, strategies.
Not particularly. I mean, fighting is just kind of a second nature to me. When I am out there, it doesn't really require much thinking.
Doesn't it though? Because I mean, one could find themselves in, bad situations if they'd, contemplating their, I guess it's maybe different for different people. I'm not really sure how to. So that's how it is for you. It's just all kind of instinct.
Yes, when I am out there, it is the one time I feel at peace, as though it may be weird, but yes, I don't have to do much. It just kind of happens, you know? It's like something that is built inside me. Perhaps it is why I was brought back in the first place.
That's interesting. Really, I was just sort of wondering because, you seem to be very fond of having orders and, having a plan to do things. And I mean, plans are good, but also you just seem to know what you're doing. That's all, really. I mean, I know that we found you kind of in a bit of trouble when we first encountered you, but otherwise you seem to be able to handle yourself quite well. And so I was just wondering if it was part of strategy or planning, or if well, you said it was just kind of relaxing.
Yes, I assure you that you have hobbies too. It is kind of just like losing yourself in something you enjoy.
So I was saying, sorry, that the This is a hobby. That's okay. I'm not really sure what to make of that exactly. I mean, there's fighting, that's necessary, but I never really thought of it as a hobby.
In a world where there are so many fiends, I mean, why not make a hobby out of killing them?
But, I mean, that would imply it's enjoyable to do so. But I
I enjoy
suppose.
feeling the victory of battle and my team surviving. It is nice to have such capable people around me.
Yes, that's fair. I can. I. Yes, I will think about this because this has been very informative and not at all what I was expecting, but that's not necessarily bad.
Well, don't shy from keeping me involved in your plans. I don't mind having a strategy in battle. But just know my strategy is mostly just getting the job done and making sure you guys are all looking good on the way out.
Very, very interesting. Thank you for indulging my silly questions.
Of course, I hope you find whatever it is you are looking for in that surprisingly large bag.
Oh, I'm just wondering what this stuff is. It jiggles like. Here, and I'll show it to her.
Oh, can I insight check it?
It's the tofu food that Ezekiel made for everybody.
Oh, I don't even
mean-
have to insight. I just know. I know
Well,
what tofu
yeah.
is. Cool.
Well, the food like tofu like substance. It's basically there's just a gray chunk of warbly sustenance.
I will take a little piece of it and like squish it between my fingers to like
Yeah,
get
it
the
squishes
texture.
very easily beneath your fingers, between
Nice.
like tofu or flan.
I suppose it must be quite sustaining if it is so dense and peculiar. Because I'm like still rubbing this like smear of stuff between my fingers. It just like doesn't stop. It just keeps smearing more and more. I'm like, oh, great.
It sounds like this.
Nice.
I'm glad I don't eat.
Yeah, you literally, I'm like, oh, this is what's on the menu. Okay.
Oh, wow, great.
It's filling. It tastes of nothing at all.
I guess that is better than it tasting bad, right?
Maybe. Because then you could like dislike it entirely. But it feels wrong to be like this is gross, but it doesn't taste like anything. So, it's conflicting a bit.
Empty calories, huh?
It
Well, I
seems to
hope that
be.
priest spawned up something that you might like, because that is not looking like the best choice.
Well, it's filling, so it must be nutritious. It's just maybe not empty, just void of flavor. And the texture is, well, you squishing it.
But it is fun to squish. Maybe your stomach will have more fun with it than your mouth.
One can hope.
Needs mayonnaise.
Yeah, that would fix
Okay.
it. That would do it.
So as Persephone and Francesca are talking, Dortigan gets back and tells you. Alright, so I found a bit of a clearing. It's not exactly what I had hoped for, but it's better than this location. It's about 10 minutes northwest of here, over in that direction. He points through some trees. Not too far off where we need to be going, and it's more of what you are looking for. There, Meryl. She nods and Nana goes, Alright, well, let's head there and set up for the night then. Lead the way, Dorgan. The dwarf nods and Chimera group follows him.
Hey guys, it seems like we found a place to camp for the night. I'm going to begin following Chimera.
Yeah, I will keep trying to get the tofu off my fingers as I follow them.
As I'm walking, I would like to go to either Suggestion or Melody.
Okay.
I'm not sure who has the thing I'm looking for, but I'm looking to magically enhance my magic food.
Okay.
Because it tastes of nothing.
Well, what are you? So you're looking for a little cantrip.
I'm looking for a specific cantrip, yes.
You're looking for a little. You're looking to give it a little of the prestidigitation, little
a little
seasoning,
a
little
prestidigitation, to be quite
yeah,
frank.
presto, yeah.
Um, look, I'm gonna say to Melody, this food I made. Have you tried it?
Oh, that delicious tofu I hear
You
about?
don't have to
Yeah.
lie. You don't.
Oh, oh. I
Quite
mean
frankly, I
it.
came here because of the nothing that it tastes like.
Oh, right, right. Meaning it just needs more of something. That's all. Don't say it has nothing.
Well,
Sure.
Melody, you know me. I enjoy food. And this is sustenance. It's not food, and it feels wrong. And what I was thinking,
Mhm. Mhm.
would you have some way of making it taste like something? You've done you've done plenty of illusion magic, so maybe you can do something to this. I'm gonna kind of like jiggle a piece in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was just gonna make it so an illusion that it looks good, but
It
It doesn't
looks like
have.
chicken now.
Oh man, now it
Minor
looks
illusion.
like something.
you know what they say, Ezekiel, if you think it really hard, you can actually
Mhm.
taste it. So why not just minor illusion it to some kind of like
Why don't you
roasted chicken?
just make it taste like something though?
Oh, because the brain is powerful, Ezekiel. You just have to learn. Okay.
Melody,
So I've
please,
heard.
please.
I know. Okay, so
Alright.
I guess I can cast prestidigitation on it. I could first of all I could warm the food up a bit also. Uh,
Ah.
yeah, we can warm it.
Mhm.
Add like can I do like I don't know cast like I don't know little tiny pieces of basil on top of it.
Just a basil. Just basil. He just.
You
He's like, can you make it taste good? Yeah. You want a garnish? Okay.
Melody, please. No, no, no. Why did you put
Prestidigitation.
digitation?
Prestidigitation.
And then I'm just like doing prestidigitation on the tofu, like kind of like salt based
Boom.
style, like.
Cilantro.
Oh great, now Suggestion's not gonna eat this.
I
Why?
hate cilantro in every universe.
He wasn't gonna eat it anyway.
That is true.
No, like, okay, listen.
Just
I'm not
slightly
asking-
salted.
Why, you think I come to you and I wanted gold trimmings on the tofu or like basil? Could I get like flavor on it, please?
He played just some flavor.
Well,
Melody,
sure.
I'm gonna like, I'm gonna like grab onto her shoulders. Please.
Alright. What flavor are you going for, Melody?
I'm just giving him a smug look as I'm thinking about it. How about you know what? We haven't had a good old chicken in a while, so why not make it a chicken flavored tofu? Can I?
Prestidigitation has a slight chicken flavor now.
Like
Heck
chicken
yeah!
Yeah.
flavor.
Wait, Ezekiel!
Which
No
is great
shit.
because, unseasoned chicken, it's literally like little different. The most mild of difference.
Is it like roasted unseasoned chicken? Or
No,
is
it's
it
like
just
boiled unseasoned chicken.
Ah.
Oh
That's just
boy!
evil. I'm sorry that I don't have
I-
to eat.
I'm gonna like take a nibble out of it.
It's
It's something.
It's no different.
It's
What did
like
you do? She warmed it up a little bit, basically.
yeah, she warmed it up a little bit and then gave it
She boiled it
gave
in
it
a
the
pot with a
definitely
single piece
chicken.
of chicken.
Mhm. Just
I
a little
can't
bit
believe it's
of
not chicken.
or de salmonella.
Yeah. Oh no, not de salmonella.
Oh no! You know what they say is you gotta be a little bit safer with the food nowadays. You can't ever go wrong with some boiled chicken.
But you couldn't do like potato or something. You had to go for boiled chicken. I'm convinced you don't like me or something. What did I do to you? Why did you give me boiled chicken flavor?
Okay. I guess you didn't ask for sides specifically, so I guess I can
I
give you some potato.
Mhm.
It's
Yep,
gonna be like
boiled and
raw
seasoned
potato at
potato.
this
Yeah.
point. Oh yeah, I can't.
Please, yes.
It's like a seafood boil at this point. I'm just gonna get raw everything.
Oh.
It's gonna taste like the plastic Tupperware that hasn't been cleaned properly, so it's like got all the meals passed inside it.
Yep, all the meals.
I imagine unseasoned
properly.
potato just tastes like dirt at some point. Like a little unclean even.
Hey, we said unseasoned. that includes dirt.
Mhm. Yeah, dirt is seasoning. Yeah.
Dirt is seasoning. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered. How could I forget? And I do cast prestidigitation again and just like add a bit of mayo on the side.
So it tastes of man. You have a gelatinous cube of mayonnaise.
I've eaten worse.
I've eaten approximately the same.
Yeah, it's not too much different from just straight mayonnaise out of the. I'm gonna like eat the whole thing at once.
Just start ticking. A little bit of like withdrawals coming up. I
I'm
thought
gonna
I kicked
watch
this.
him
I thought
from a
I relapsed. Mhm.
Yeah, I want to watch him from a distance, shove this down his throat, and just like kind of like gag, and like a little ball of like smoke comes out. And he, like, puking.
All right. So as you guys get to the clearing, Frederica's still somewhere behind, coming back to you guys and just being like, "Guys, hello," after she talks with her tree. So you guys get to the clearing, and Melody and Ezekiel continue sitting across as Melody keeps giving him lackluster results to his tofu food, and he keeps trying it and complaining, and she changes it to something that's equally as bland, and he's just like, "Oh no!" And those two just keep going at it for half an hour straight, trying to find the flavor profile that Ezekiel is looking for, but somehow can't specify.
It's just mayonnaise.
It's just mayonnaise.
You know.
I
Mashed
think
tofu.
I think many people would prefer just nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, eventually you guys settle on tofu flavored. And
Come on.
that's up to you guys. So you guys have a little campfire set up, surrounded by the sounds of nocturnal animals, insects buzzing, some coming down and bothering you and biting. Francesca, of course, is a mute.
Living the good life.
Yes, I mean, they can still come down and land on you, but you don't particularly care, I guess.
They're my little buddies. I
Like,
love
maybe
the
unless one flies into your visor, maybe that might be different.
Oh, you know what would be crazy if hornets built a nest inside me? That would be
So, hornet
nest.
wasp nest is built inside you. Open your visor and
Fuck
unleash
yeah,
a
dude.
torrent of fucking
Exactly.
wasps at your enemy.
Oh, you're gonna grapple me? Get bead.
Get bead.
Go, my swarm.
Look, it's
You know what? If you wanna
Nice
start
one.
beekeeping, if you wanna,
okay. Actually, though, can I like go
I
look for some bees?
Maybe.
I think that'd be fucking
Just
cool as
beekeep.
hell.
yeah,
I would love to beekeep.
that sounds fun.
I would start by
I don't
just
see
studying.
why it would be none. You could get like a little modification to your index finger. Where you can open it up and like drizzle honey on it. It should be.
Oh my god, yes! Your tofu just got upgraded.
Hell yeah.
Because
honey on the tofu.
yeah. I mean, you could just prestidigitation it to taste like honey, but it might be easier for Francesca to
We've seen
become
the
a full-on
results so
beekeeper,
far.
raise and cultivate a beehive inside of her, and
That sounds so
that might be quicker than
That does
getting
sound
Melody
weird.
to comply. Yeah.
Look,
I think
Fred's
so,
gonna
yeah,
give you
because I keep
copies.
getting
I'm on
bland
it.
food.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for some bees. I'm just gonna like go observe a beehive for like the time that I don't have to be unconscious.
Sure, go ahead and make a nature check. See if you can find one.
Oh, okay. I'm not good at this, so we'll have to hope for the best.
Like 1, what does a beehive look like? 2, how do I find one?
Ooh, I got an
Nat 20.
18.
Oh, shit.
A what?
Wow.
An 18. I only have a plus 1,
18.
so 18's pretty good.
That's pretty good. All right. So, your walk does take you maybe about 15, 20 minutes away from the camp. You spot some vibrantly colored flowers under the moonlight, and that's like, oh, maybe there's something around here. And you kind of follow that and use whatever you have picked up on your short time since waking up, or things that you have heard, or just following intuition, until you see nestled against the tree trunk, hanging from a branch, this hive, currently fairly quiet. Don't see many bees, maybe 1 or 2 out and about, but it seems like the active hours of this hive are currently closed for business.
Okay. Can I try to remove the hive from the tree?
You'd have to get up the tree first, but yeah, maybe.
All right, yes. But I'm really strong. Can I try to climb the tree?
Go ahead and make an athletics check. More
Alright,
to
alright.
see if you can you get it up there without like I don't doubt your climbing ability, but to do it in such a way
17.
that wouldn't disturb. Okay, you get up and climb to a nearby branch that's maybe a foot higher than where the hive is, and maybe a quarter of the way around the tree. Hoist yourself up onto it. Kind of lay prone on that branch, and you can see and reach around and touch the hive, or grab it, or do whatever you want if you wanted to. Looking at
Yeah, I
it,
would like
this
to-
hive is kind of.
Oh no, go ahead. Describe the hive. I want to.
The hive is fairly large. It's it's too big to fit in your. This one is too big to fit in your helmet, but would certainly fit in your torso.
Okay.
You don't know if this is like standard for bees. You don't know if it's big or small. That knowledge is one that you
I've
have.
never tried to open my torso, so can I like check myself out first? Like, how easy would it be to pop my torso open? I haven't
I don't know
tried.
if you have a hatch
An
just in
easy
the middle.
buckle.
Yeah, I don't think that there's.
have, like,
I don't think that there that plate
That's why
armor,
I'm, like-
medieval plate armor, generally came with a, bender like stove, like oven to open up his chest. Like I don't think that you have.
All right. Well, my new plan is I would like to take the hive down, and I'd like to
Uh-huh.
like kind of break it into like big chunks so that I can like look at the inside of it and like kind of learn about the bees, because I don't have to worry about getting stung. So like I just would like to like investigate. That way, the next time I see a hive, I can be like, oh, I know that there's like a bigger.
You're not
bee, and
immune to piercing damage, but yeah.
Yeah, but like They're bees. It's fine.
But they're bees.
I
Like,
can
how
go
bad
take
can
a
it be?
I can go take yeah. How bad could it be?
Boo!
You just everyone's
Boo!
like,
Bee puns, go!
No.
so yeah, I'd like to kind of like break it open, like not like just like smash it, but kind of like like how a beekeeper would like take the big like chunks apart, like how they break it open to like get the.
Well, as
the
a
stuff
DM,
out.
I am informed on everything. I know exactly how
Listen.
a beekeeper would do that. Yes.
Yeah,
Wait, could
I
her
mean, I
smoke
do,
like
so.
fumigate the beehive?
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, there you
Why didn't you
go.
think about that? Now
Yeah,
you're thinking with
just put your
bees.
visor right up to the hole and just exhale into it.
Uh,
All right, so you're trying to
Well,
take
they're
it
already
down, or
yeah, I'm trying to like.
Alright.
I mean, maybe I'm not
Yeah,
trying to just really take this one down, but I'm trying to like get like a
chunk of it.
out of it. Yeah,
Alright.
so that I can look at it. I
Should
want
go to make
check it
a
out.
let's say make this a sleight of hand check.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless you really don't give a fuck disturbing them or ruining these bees' home.
No, I'm trying to be chill. It's not that I'm worried
Alright.
about ruining their home. It's that I do want to like kind of observe them in like an uninterrupted manner in the best way I can.
Sure.
Okay, I got an 11, so I'm sure they
An
will be
11.
disrupted.
Slightly above average.
Hey, that's something. Wait, actually, I can add this to any check. So I'm gonna use my second past life.
You're a beekeeper. The wildflowers, the bees. It's all coming together.
It's all making sense.
It's all coming together now.
I was a beekeeper.
I like that Justin uses his lucky dice on like attacks, and I'm over here like, can I use it on bees?
Bees and flowers.
Okay, now it's a 14. How we feeling?
14. Okay. I don't know. Let me roll for the bees.
Fuck yeah.
These bees actually have a
They have
very high
advantage if
DC.
they're asleep. It's a surprise attack.
Their BC is really high.
Their BC is really high. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's the AC 5?
So you're just trying to take a bit of a chunk out of it, kind of? Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So using the strength kind of carefully balancing yourself on this branch as you reach over to take hold of the beehive, being careful not to jostle it free of where it's attached to the tree, but just kind of slowly peeling off layers a bit, making incisions and getting off a solid full handful, maybe even larger, about the size of your head, perhaps in diameter. Bit of the beehive out. You can see the inner workings. It does disturb a fair amount of bees. The ones that were working in that or resting or in that area particularly begin to fly around, swarm, stay with it. The honey from the chunk that you had ripped off drips down onto the woodland floor below. Bees swarm around you. Some of them attempting to sting, but none making enough of an impact to do damage.
Bees versus adamantium armor. Who wins?
Yeah, who wins?
The bees only crit.
One flies into your visor, and the buzzing sound is amplified.
That will be just my whole life when I become a beekeeper.
Yeah.
Can you roll with quadruple disadvantage on your stealth check?
Why is
Every
the suit
time
of
she
armor
gets hit, you just
vibrating?
hear all of the bees just getting
Does ever-
pissed off.
Need a constant silence spell on Francesca.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this piece and I'm gonna kind of like go down to the flowers and hopefully distract some of the bees with that. And then once it's like more chill, I'm taking the piece with me.
You know, let's see how you do. Make an animal handling check.
Fuck yeah. I'm about to become a vet.
How many of these things do you have? Knowledge of a past lives.
16.
You have
I
16
get
knowledge
3
of a
per
past
long
lives.
rest.
Do you want to use it here? Or
No,
no,
I
no, you're good.
no, I
It's,
don't
you're about to
think
long
so.
rest
I think
again.
16.
Are you-
Yeah, I
alright.
think 16 is okay. I might need it again. You never know.
So the few that were the amount of the bees that were around where you have taken it out, some of them don't even follow you back down to the ground but return to the hive. You can already see a lot of the bees created almost like they filled in the gaps for the space that you had ripped off, and you look up at it. So there's a beehive with that little chunk that you had ripped off, but that chunk is now, instead of beehive, it's just bees climbing on top of each other and filling in the gap. The ones that did follow
can
you
I,
down
like-
and are
Oh, I was just gonna ask if I could insight if I like see anything like inside the hive that seems like of relevance, you know? Like are there like eggs or like because like what like I don't know, I'm not a beekeeper yet, so like I want to see what's going on in there.
Working towards it.
Right, let's have made a perception check then. Just see what you
Okay,
could have seen, what you could have seen while you were up there. As I
I got a
hastily
nat
Google
20.
the cross section of a beehive. Where do the eggs? Where are the eggs in a beehive normally?
If you're
Francesca-
wondering,
Francesca took Fred's
it's
advice
larvae
literally.
and they're in the honeycomb themselves. Some of them are like blood honeycombs, which have larvae in them, and some of them are just like regular honeycombs. So that's what your answer is.
We have a bit of a bee
And maybe I
enthusiast
was
over
a
here.
Yeah,
beekeeper. Maybe I'm fucking bees, okay?
Not the bees.
Not the bees. So, what was your perception check?
A nat 20.
Natural 20? Yeah, sure. You saw all of that
22.
stuff that you said, yes.
Okay, and I noticed
You got it.
which is really what I was looking for. Cool. All right. Nice. I know what to do now.
I
Next
know
time
what
beehive is
to
on
do.
fucking site.
I saw it. I can recreate it. If I build it, they
Yeah.
will come.
Me putting a hive in my chest. If I build
Yeah.
it, the bees will come.
Just gonna
Wait,
sleep
what
with
if
my
I fill
mouth
my
open and
legs
some honey in it, and
soil?
bees will show up.
Yeah, I can fill my legs with soil and then plant flowers in my hips, and then it's
Oh
like
my god!
they've got
You just-
flowers
No,
in the hive.
no.
Just a walking beehive / potted plant.
I'm a pollinator.
What are you, a
Oh,
living
God.
terrarium? What is this
I'm the
coming
pollinator.
to?
All right, I'm heading back to camp, and if anyone's interested in my beehive, I will show it to them. But if they don't
Just
care,
a
then I'm just gonna go chill.
It's more like a big chunk of honeycomb, really.
But yeah, yeah.
I would be
Yeah,
I would
I'm,
be
I'm,
interested.
I'm more
I would.
Actually.
You would be
okay, cool. I was
Yes.
also,
Would you-
I would
yeah,
too.
to be or not to be?
I would buzz right
Yeah.
over there, to be honest.
everyone's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck do you
What
have?
the fuck
I'm
are
like
you
the
ha-
dog that has something in their mouth.
Yeah, like Francesca.
What do you have?
Francesca, what
Spit it
did you
out.
do?
What
Just
did
think
you
this-
do?
As you guys are hanging out, you watch Francesca head off, and maybe about half an hour, 40 minutes after she left, you hear this low humming noise that she had come out from. This hollow, echoing sound of just vibration grows louder. See, Chimera, what is... Do you guys hear that?
Yeah.
What in the hell is that?
What?
It's like a vibrating, isn't it? Huh.
As it gets louder, you see the source of it as Francesca moves through the trees. The sound apparently coming from her.
So we already see her?
I'll notice
coming through the
Yeah, you
everyone's
see her.
looking at me, and I'll just like awkwardly wave because everyone's staring at me. Is that a problem?
Hey,
What in the hell? I can't have one complete thought without some random shit happening every time I. What
Is that coming from you?
Is
what?
coming from
Why
me?
is that coming from you?
Yeah, what
It's
is
kind of
going
hard
on
to
here?
hear. You got the, but it's like you have a, you're like the dog with a cicada in its mouth or something like that.
Yeah, we're like,
Yeah, I'll turn around and like flip my visor up and like kind of hit my ears like I'm a swimmer with water in there, trying to get some of the bees out.
Yeah, a couple bees fly out of her visor.
Why
The
are you
sound
eating
immediately.
That's much better. What did you say, Fred?
a
How?
bug came out of her helmet, right?
A couple, actually.
She just
Yes,
What?
and I've
spat
seen
out.
bugs come out of your hair, Vane. What is the problem?
But that's different. They came from. That's not the same. I don't. No, they're like inside you.
Oh yeah,
Coming out.
I don't know. Hold up my chunk of honeycomb. I'll be like, oh yes, they are my new project. Fred said I should get some more hobbies, so I'm trying my best.
And
And it doesn't
Persephone
hurt you.
slightly implied that killing fiends was a weird hobby, so instantly take up beekeeping.
so
She's
you've
self-conscious.
taken
Okay.
to
Yeah, right.
you've taken to eating beehives?
Oh, I don't eat them. I plan on keeping them inside me for when we need the bees. You know.
Oh,
So we need the bees.
yeah.
Um,
We would need the bees
Yes,
in what
I
scenario?
understand that. Well, I understand that bees, when they sting you, it is quite painful. Not that I get affected by the toxins, but you know, those little pincers are quite nasty. So I was thinking, you know, someone grabs me and it's like, oh, you think you got me? I pop visor open. Buzz, you know? What do you think?
Uh-huh.
Plus, you have honey for your food. Isn't that something you humans like to eat? Honey?
well, I
It
can make
has-
honey myself. I mean,
I do
Hey,
like
hey,
honey.
hey, but
and
you
it's
can
straight
make
from the bees.
honeycomb.
yeah, I guess I can't make honeycomb. You're right.
We could, I mean, you know what? That's pretty cool. I'm gonna give like an awkward thumbs up to her.
And go back to arguing with Melody over the.
Yeah. So, you seriously can't make it any other flavor.
Do you think they'll be able to follow your orders? Bees.
Oh, I think orders are a strong phrase. I think that the bees will get pissed off and the bees will do what the bees do best. But it might work in my favor.
Just point them in the right direction.
She's got pocket bees
And
now. That's
I
what she's.
feel like, yeah, I feel like
Jeez.
if their home is inside me, then they'll be like, oh, that is Mama. We cannot attack her. You know, she protect us, bring us to cool flowers. I don't know what's bees think.
Fred wears the flower
Not
crowns.
yet,
They go
Kirin.
from Francesca and Fred to pollinating.
Yeah, this can't be real life.
This can't be
The circle
real.
of life is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's
Fuck.
beautiful. Oh no, that's so. I hate that you picked that.
Ordinary of an idea.
Don't butter tune him. He doesn't deserve a butter tune.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking like at Fred and Persephone, like seeking their approval. Also, like at Persephone because I'm gonna need her help.
Persephone is, just observing. She's just quietly making notes, mental notes, in
She's
very
concerned.
many mental notes.
Francesca's given her a lot to think about in the last few hours.
Note to self: be more specific about what hobbies are normal.
I don't. How long has it been since I started collecting flowers and other wild and putting my stuff together?
I'd say maybe close to an hour.
I'm not done yet. I can't. Okay. Never
Oh,
mind.
okay.
I'm gonna go back to hyperfixating on what I'm doing.
All right, go ahead and make a nature check. See what kind of cool flowers and stuff you can. Nature or survival,
Poisonous
your choice. Poisonous
Oh, shit.
flowers.
Wow.
And I
Oh.
find Bishop.
Yes.
Can I approach Bishop?
You don't need to ask my permission.
What the fuck? Why are you saying it like that, bro?
And I
start
approve.
That's fine. It's 12.
Roll. Oh, okay. I thought that was Dune rolling to approach.
Can I roll to speak
Can
to
I-
Bishop?
Can you?
social
How many
awkwardness
steps?
check.
So I'm gonna need a dexterity saving every step you take. Actually.
Stop. You know I'm gonna hit the 20. I refuse.
You walk 20 steps
roll
ahead of
this.
him.
Can I roll like
Even as a
negative
joke.
perception so that suggestion could be completely invisible to me as he steps, as he rolls a dice for every step he takes towards me,
Oh my fucking
just to add more
God.
drama to the whole situation.
The social battery check is crazy.
You don't need to ask permission to do things.
No,
Just,
no, no,
just,
no, I know.
just do stuff. And
I was waiting for
if something happens, I'll.
He said,
I
"Leave
was
me out
waiting
of
for the
this."
results of that roll.
What? Oh, her
Fred.
12. Okay. So I just know because she's still not done collecting, so I'll let you know what you got when you decide to be done collecting. How much time do you intend to dedicate to picking flowers and other stuff for whatever reason you're doing this?
It's crazy.
What do you mean that's crazy? Yeah, I mean you're making a reef, but I don't know what else you might.
A professional reef, okay? We can't just use any flowers. We're just gonna
Hey,
use
man.
all of the flowers.
We need
It's not
better
just a
flowers.
reef, man.
It's not just a reef, man. All right, as you
maybe like 3
comb
hours.
the area for. Let's see if you
So,
get
Bishop,
anything.
a moment of your time.
Yeah, sure. What do you want to talk about? Suggestion.
Have you made any attempts to contact Sunla?
To be honest with you, I stopped trying after that first time, and after the message that Persephone got. I mean, I could try again, but I know that it seems like sending stones haven't been working. I mean,
Would you be
insert
opposed
group
to...
here has been trying every day.
Yes, I had a similar idea. Would you be opposed to letting me give it a try? He seemed to have particular interest in me.
I see. Yeah, knock yourself out. Just let me know if it works. And I hand them the stone.
Try not to take it personal if he responds to me.
Not at all. I'm not the one that's been trying to reach him.
Yeah, I guess it's been mostly Chimera group. You don't know if they've been doing it the past couple days, but they had been, or the past day, but they had been doing it, or at least it seemed like they had been planning to try it every day. They haven't told you anything about like, today or yesterday, but you haven't asked either.
That is true. And of course Zeke would be insulted apparently.
Very.
God forbid.
Mhm.
God forbid
So-
a man spends spell points on anything that doesn't do damage.
Don't do damage. I mean, he's been doing nothing but sending. He's making food and water.
What a guy.
What a
God.
cleric.
What a cleric.
Hell
That's
So
my
it
cleric.
is like
yeah.
early, like it is sunset right now. The sun's yet to set, but it is going down. So especially in this area
Perfect
of the
calling
woods
time.
where, perfect calling time. If you want, I guess.
Sunset,
still be
that's about the
awake.
time everyone gets home from work.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's
He's
probably
clocking out. Yeah. that's good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The good,
So,
good old days. of
are you gonna
hunting some
use it right
demons
now?
and devils. Yes.
Okay. Let me roll. Okay. What are you
How do-
saying?
What if I want to roll?
You don't get to.
Damn. Let's see. I'm going to pull an Ezekiel, so I am attempting to reach out to you to see if this is working and if you have made any progress in your endeavors.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. After maybe about 8 to 10 seconds, you get a response suggestion.
Shut the fuck.
No.
This is my voice. All right, lay it on me.
Horsey, you can talk. Say something again. Say something again, Horsey. That's it.
What the fuck?
A small child's voice.
Did it work?
Unsettling.
What do you mean?
In a manner of speaking, you could say it did. But I can't make any sense of whatever was coming out of it.
I mean, what did you hear?
Something. The child's voice, something about a horse.
I mean, they did say that the communications were being scrambled, right? Something's not right with the sending stones. Maybe somehow it got the wrong person. I don't know how that would work. These are supposed to be one way, right? But maybe that's what they were talking about.
Weave does tend to work in strange ways. Okay, fine. We'll try again tomorrow. Do you mind if I hold on to it?
Well, it seems like every time I lend it out, I end up having to use it again. I guess
So
for now
just to
it's fine.
be clear, because it would be obvious to you guys, every sending stone, pair of sending stones rather, that's given out by obviously, like when the legatus had his, know who is calling, which sending stone is which. So there are engravings in the stone that show, which is which, and yours has the silhouette or symbol of a Kirin. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're also supposed to be, if I remember correctly, too, like out of character, right? They're also supposed to be like one way, like it's sending stone to sending stone, if I remember correctly, right? Every sending stone it has a
As a
corresponding
partner. Yep.
as a partner, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
there's normally no way that it can go somewhere else. It's just it always goes to the other stone.
Correct.
Unless there's evil afoot.
Yeah. I can't do the fucking mermaid man.
Alright, cool.
Alright, cool. I got it.
Be quiet.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, alright. I guess you could hold on to it for now. I mean, You wanted to try every time. Seems like something happened, just not exactly what we were expecting. But well, I guess it is what we should be expecting, right? Maybe things will be explained when we, finally get over to Concordia, or even the Asmodeus line, whatever, wherever we get answers first.
I would prefer. Well, nothing beats seeing something with your own two eyes, but if we can come a bit more prepared than just simply whatever the men on the before told us. What was before? I wonder if there's any connection. Hopefully not.
So,
I will let you know if I hear anything.
alright. So as you guys do what you need to do to get ready to and rest up the evening, let's go ahead and take a break and we'll pick up with the next day. Fred, you found a